Whew, all right. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Just came to chill. I've been reading my one book club book. I actually don't know where my Amazon, my Fire is right now. But I'm reading on my tablet. It's so a little bit of an announcement, bookkeeping issue. We have the book club coming up on Friday at 4. So just keep that in mind. If you can be around, that'd be great. Stop by, chat, ask questions. If you never even heard about Black Sun, I'll just literally just get on here and talk about it for an extended period of time. That is perfectly fine with me. So, let's see what's going on the interwebs today. Did you guys see about Elon? I already called my brother about it. So we both listened to this podcast. It's called Pivot. It's with Scott Galloway and Kara Swisher, and comes out Tuesdays and Fridays, and so they talk about business news and whatnot. So, I got them up. So I was gonna say, so they talk about business news and everything, and so Scott Galloway, this one dude, he's like the color commentator. He literally has been going on, just over and over again about how there's no way Elon's buying this, and so it's really interesting. I can't wait to hear what's going to what he says. And the shitty part is they record it. So tomorrow's episode's been recorded already. You probably think they recorded at like 10 or 11 a.m. And so by the time we hear about Elon's purchase of Twitter, it won't even be until Friday. So yeah, let's see what's going on the Reddit. Ooh, I got some karma from the last post. Good. What was my last post? I forget. Hold on. Let me go to my profile. Oh yeah, the one about... No, it's not that one. It says I got some upvotes for something, but I'm not really sure. And you guys, what podcast do you guys listen to? Like, so I listen to Pivot. There's one called Mindscape, which is hosted by a physicist. And so the physicist dude, he asks like some fucking heavy ass questions, and there's like a bunch in there that are about like quantum physics and whatnot. I'm trying to find out because I have a bunch more karma on my Reddit account, but I don't know where I got them from. Like if any of my posts are taking off. Oh, here it is, posts. How does it say I haven't posted anything? I definitely posted. Oh, I commented. Comments, that's what I gotta go to. Well, let's go see. Oh, 45. What? I only got 7 upvotes from that? That was kind of dumb though. The final punchline, if I can get a good final punchline for it, that's where it really takes off well. But if not, then it kind of sucks. What's up, Tom? How's it going, man? Tom, what's up? Can you hear me? How's your weekend, buddy? I know we chat. I said hi yesterday. But I was playing Destiny, so I was kind of in the middle of that. I thought this one was gonna get more. I know, right? She just walked in, and Kita is going crazy. Kita hates being home with me by herself. Like she likes me, like we're buddies, but she does not like she likes her. How's your writing going? Did you write a different a new post, Tom? I've been uh I've been trying to brainstorm for my next book. So my brother's been he's right now he's in Colombia, and so he's looking for inspiration, kind of like because I really want to shine the light on, like even with fiction, but I want to shine a light on kind of indigenous struggles and like issues that people don't really think about. And so he's down in Colombia right now, and so getting ready for our Peru trip. To a dog, writing is just really a boring form of scratching your desk. Yes, I think that's actually a good point. Oh, I saw something in my teeth, and it's my gum. And then like literally, I'll like kind of get bored, and I'll go talk to Kita. I'll be like, "Hey, Kita," and like scratch her head a little bit. It's like the very tip of her tail will flicker just a tad, and then it's just like that's it. And then she just pretends like she's dead. And I'm like, okay, Will, do you fucking hate me or not? Because you don't need to be an ass. Dude, I really think this Elon Musk thing taking over Twitter is wild. But I think that he has a different idea than what people have in their in I think that Elon has different ideas than what we think he is going to do. For example, like I was reading somewhere that one of the use cases for Twitter is they pretty much could outsource um, their kind of their concept or the software side of it, and then you can almost like give it to other communities. So for example, like he could instead of letting Donald Trump necessarily on here on Twitter or on Twitter again, he could just give the Twitter code. I think it may be like the Twitter API, but I don't really know enough about this to speak with any kind of confidence. But then they to Rumble or to Getter or whatever, and then they can use it and have the same kind of setup. But I was listening to Hassan Abbey, and he was just saying like nobody wants to nobody wants to be on these other sites because it's like the fun is owning the libs. Like yeah, exactly. Like licensing Twitter. So when he keeps coming out saying like, "Oh, I want to encourage free speech," it's like not necessarily on this. I think, in my opinion, right? Like I think he's going to like let other companies almost like use. So like, for example, like if it's completely open, right? Like I could make my own Twitter client, and so it's just like a Discord, and so everyone that is, I mean, obviously not me. I don't have, like so for like a Son Abbey, right? Like he could make his Twitter like his own personal Twitter. So just like he has his Discord, he could also have his Twitter, but like he wouldn't call it his Twitter. It would just be like his list of thoughts from his followers, and so you can belong to this community. Shalala. What is that about, Tom? Like 80. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So it's hard to. I don't know. It's just like this shit is all crazy, man. That's all I could been thinking about lately. I mean, that's all Twitter's talking about too. Stop me before the analogies go left. I mean, they're about to go hard right when Trump gets back on here. You're a liberal. Yeah, dude. I live in DC, so I am on the same in the same boat in the same camp. Oh, Tom, I sorry, you hadn't written anything on the blog. I just saw that. Sorry, dude. You got any ideas of what your next post is going to be? Dude, I feel kind of bad because I hear somebody knocking at my door, but it's not my personal door. It's like my front door is near the front door to the units. Like there's 4 units, 4 apartments, right? And so I'm like I'm not gonna get up. Not really just doing my fictional story at the moment, but for the blog, I don't know. Oh yeah, dude, I feel that. I have my fiction that I haven't really looked at for my next fiction book because I want to be able to I want to go to Peru first, like I was saying, but that's not till the middle of June. So I might just do a writing prompt on here. Tom, do you read fiction or nonfiction? Oh, here we go. Do any of y'all have books that you've read that you feel like basically nobody else has? Hmm. Not really nonfiction. What fiction books are you reading? Or what fiction books have you read recently? So I started like I okay, so story time. Like about shit at this point. Prep, how long ago was the Modern Warrior shit? So anyways, so about a month ago we had the Modern Warrior thing on TikTok. This big drama on TikTok. And so I didn't get caught up in it like hardly at all, but it was like still enough where it was like, oh shit, I had to issue an apology. Okay. So in it, um I was saying how this guy, Modern Warrior, should start a book club. And so then a lot of people were like, oh, you should start a book club. And I was like, okay, bet, I'll start a book club. And so I made the post at the end of last month and I was like, hey guys, like, let's all meet on my Twitch page and we'll do our book club. And so the book of the month is going to be Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. And we can all meet on here and we can all talk about it. And I'm just like, so I said it. I've set it up. I've sent it on the email list. And so this Friday, actually, at 4 o'clock, we'll see how that goes. But I literally just finished it. The book for the book club. I just finished it um, today. So I'm right on pace. And then the sequel was released last week. So 2 months ago. Yeah, exactly. It was a while, man. I didn't even realize. Time's going by so fast. There's shit to worry. There's like bullshit going on like every single day. Like I could talk about the news, all this bullshit with like Marjorie Taylor Greene and everything. It got me rolling watching that because it's just like, yo, dude, like makes no sense. But then the Johnny Depp trial is trending. But anyways, so this book, it's called Black Sun. The sequel came out. It's called Fevered Star, I think. Fever Star book. Rowan Horse. Fevered Star. Yeah, so that I'm going to dig into that soon. Actually, I'll probably start tonight. Yeah, for a quick one. Like less than an hour ago. Oh shit. I'm on Reddit right now and it's like China is hatching a plan to find Earth 2.0. Look at this. A satellite will scour the Milky Way for exoplanets orbiting stars like the sun. Great, just what we need. We're over here worrying about this, that, and the other. We're worrying about fucking Elon buying Twitter. They're over here looking for another planet. All right, let me go and check out what's going on in writing prompts. We'll see what's going on these Reddit writing prompts. Maybe I'll write something. Who gets there first? China to Earth 2. Ooh, dude, that's a good question. I'll still say Elon. Elon said from day one he's trying to get to Mars. I need to get Hudson in here because Hudson's fucking Elon hater #1. At Master GQ, where you at? Put like a bat symbol. Let him come on here and just talk shit about Elon, and then I'll be like, I'm not even a huge fan of him. I just think he's he's just hella impressive, right? All right. Let's see. A demon attempted to possess you and it ended up permanently stuck inside your head. They are starting to have an identity crisis. Okay. All right, here's one. You just got fired from your job. Your significant other dumped you a month ago. You've hit rock bottom. After a good cry, you walk out of your room and onto a game show. The last 2 years of your life were broadcasted. The host shakes your hand while you're still trying to process everything. Oh, that could be good. I wonder if anyone's written anything yet. Oh, okay. No one's written it yet. Genetic editing, super soldier serums, cybernetic and biomechanical upgrades, mental conditioning, all wasted on a teenage girl afraid of her own shadow. I like that one. I just don't know if I want to write as a teenage girl. Persephone. I just used that name. You are well known for being able to predict anyone's future, and you are always correct. The thing is, you just make a random prediction and then make it happen yourself. Interesting. That could be good. Prap, are you caught up on Moon Knight? Tom, you watch Moon Knight? Have I asked you this before? Are you a Marvel guy? You realize that whomever you happen to be near comes closer to fulfilling their dreams as long as they're seriously and actively working toward that goal. Word eventually gets out, and you are now being offered jobs by businessmen and politicians. I like that one. No Marvel, but it looks good. So I want to I think I was probably maybe I said this before, I'll say it again. So like they've had that concept of mind implantation. I wrote a book already about that. And so it's like really watching it play out on the screen on like, like a well written budgeted, high budget show has been really interesting to see how they handle dealing with somebody else inside your head. There was a book a long time ago, or not a book, a movie by I saw it was. I mean, it's a book and a movie, but it's by Stephen King. Mind Archive, something like that. It came into it was a book too. Not the Dark Tower, The Stand, Carrie, Misery, The Shining. Stephen King movies. Dude, this man has had so many. The Shining, Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank Redemption was... Tom, thanks for the
Tom
donation, buddy.
donated $1.
Was Shawshank Redemption a Stephen King book first? Wow. Based on the 1982 novella. Yeah, wow. Holy shit, I did not know that. My Pretty Pony, is it The Mist? No, it's not The Mist. Misery. Oh, these are in alphabetical order. Anyways, there's a movie based on a Stephen King novel, and in it, the main character, they find like a monster, and to beat the monster, they had to go inside the mind, like a mind archive, and they had to find the mind archive, and they had to go into like the deepest, like this circular thing, and they had to go to the deepest, darkest corner of it, and then go in there, and then that's where they met the monster, and then they defeated it. But I cannot remember where that is. But anyways, I think that's kind of like that is where I got the first inspiration for a book called Awakening that I wrote. And then it does remind me of Moon Knight. Like just seeing how Marvel and how Disney handles keeping two personalities in the same mind and the same body. So I like this one. You realize that whomever you happen to be near comes closer to fulfilling their dreams as long as they are seriously and actively working toward that goal. Word eventually gets out, and you are now being offered jobs by businessmen and politicians. That could be a good one. Go ahead and we'll work on this guy. All right, your problem. YouTube up and coming YouTube star keeps you around under threat. And then the desire, your desire, what do you want? You want... Try to make something out external. Could be something stupid like a cheeseburger. But now I'll make it real. Up and coming YouTube star keeps you around under threat. You want... You want... We could make it like a Good Luck Chuck. Actually, it's very this is very similar to Good Luck Chuck. What is today's writing topic? What's up, Zebra? Today's writing topic is a writing prompt from Reddit. So it's you realize that whomever you happen to be near comes closer to fulfilling their dreams as long as they are seriously and actively working toward that goal. Word eventually gets out, and you are now being offered jobs by businessmen and politicians. Desire to make money for your to pay for your we'll do this to pay for your sick mother's medical treatment, medical bills. Zebra, I still need to catch up on the logbook. I'm falling behind. I think I saw the most recent one where Zebra is taking Lillian somewhere. I think is that how the last one, the most recent one ended. All right, the opponent is the YouTube star you work for. Clan. Get convince. I'll start writing it. All right. So you realize that whomever you happen to be near comes closer to fulfilling their dreams as long as they're seriously and actively working towards that goal. Toward. I always say S at the end of those words. Forwards and towards. Word eventually gets out, and you're now being offered jobs as a businessman. Their last was to visit a few places prior to her procedure. His few items to take care of on that process. They're waking Miss Simon tomorrow's release. Oh, okay. Nice. I'll have to log on and check it out. Where you happen to be near? I shouldn't be here, but I don't know what else. So Zebra, do you already have tonight's the post you're gonna make tonight? Is it already written? Are you just waiting for 8? Potential for things to get spicy once more. Yeah, like there's like a kind of a common writing thing where it's like more or less you make shit hit the fan for your character and then you just keep making shit hit the fan more and more. So as long as you can keep it kind of like escalating the tension, then already written, edited, and color. Dang, man, you're wild. That's good. This is early today too. Normally you're on here, you stop by and say hi when you're like editing and stuff. So you're ahead of schedule, right? Oh, they would teach another lesson in the prior post. In the one that I read, I'm trying to think what the lesson was. What was the lesson? What was the lesson? Just tell me. I'm having trouble remembering or like sorting through what could have been a lesson. It's a clear day. Blue skies with a few clouds floating. In short, there exist more methods of monetary denominations than simple credits. Oh, right. Like you were saying how like there's different forms of currency, I think is what you had said. Legal worth more value and our needs. Yeah, correct. Almost like like an advanced barter system. Shit. Went down the wrong pipe. In prior books, I went more in depth on monetary psychology and a large eclectic host of topics. Okay. Oh, so do you call the log? Oh, so each log book you call a book or log, or is this like a whole separate book, in and of itself? Essentially, on how to on building a business, there's more layers than a Tor browser. The whole separate book. There are three prior to this. This one is the fourth. Oh, okay. Interesting. So I guess are they almost like seasons? Would you say? Like you have, season one is where it's like a continued thing, and then season two, Zebra's story will culminate in this one, allowing room for others to grow further. Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's a cool way to publish them. I know I've never been on Wattpad, but I think it's something similar, where it's like you have your story. You should consider cross-posting them on Wattpad. You might be able to get some traction on there. I don't know. Even if you want traction, I'm not sure what your goals are with your writing. But they have like Wattpad has like a science fiction section, and then never heard of it. Here, I'll show you real quick. So this is Wattpad, and you can kind of put your short writing into here, and you can have it kind of be like serialized. Very similar. It's almost like what you're doing, I think, from what I understand of like with your logbook. But this is like where lots of people have lots of different stories. My goal is to learn how to write, explore ideas, and have fun, blossom over time. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Tom, have you done any of the work that your editor had suggested? You mean my yeah. That's what I meant. I think I said editor. You mean your teacher, the mentor, the writing guy you're working with. Yeah. I meant your teacher. Actually, I'm gonna know she's into him. Okay, but have you gone in and worked on it at all since then, or made any changes or anything? Yeah, a bit, but I've written some newer to it. Nearly finished it. Oh, nice. Nearly finished the whole book. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. So I had that. It's like that feeling when you're like before a project, and I really feel like I'm almost like. So the best analogy I like to describe the feeling is. Do you know what the Iditarod is? It's more or less it's a race through the, oh my gosh, what is the word? Alaskan. What's the Alaskan wilderness? Zebra, you probably know this. Not the tundra. Anyways, the way I feel is like you're almost like a dog on a leash, and then you're just waiting to be let go. And so it's like as soon as I can go, I'm like ready to knock this book out. The Alaska tundra. Yeah, but is it the Iditarod goes through? Is it? Yeah, I guess that is the Alaskan tundra. Um, but yeah, I just feel like almost like just waiting, like you're just like a dog just waiting to go, and it's just like almost have to hold back, so that way I don't, like, because it's just not time. I'll know when it's time, and right now I think it's time when I go to Peru, but yeah, yeah, that's kind of how I feel on like when I haven't played soccer in a while too. Like I'm just like, dude, I just gotta go. Let's think of a name. Dude, this name generator on Scrivener is such a game changer. I never have to worry about thinking names. You just push. Is it even on here? That's not on here. But um, nope. So I just push, like, there's a little tool on Scrivener. You just push name generator, and then it generates 250 random male names, and you can put like Japanese names, Irish names, Italian names, Spanish names, British names, whatever. Lays Gordon. There we go. Got one. Do you guys read any books that you're trying to emulate for your own writing? Like, do you have like something in mind? You're like, oh, this person did this really well, and so I want to make something similar, and I want to have this style or tone, or like, I don't even, like, language in my book. Like, for example, um even like a Gabriel Garcia Marquez has a lot of magical realism, and so it's like I'll read like maybe some of his books before I write, and then I'm like, oh, hopefully, I can kind of use some of those concepts in my writing as well. But ever since Blade found out about my gift, all my free time is spoken for. It'd be an interesting life. Just getting like, so the kind of the what I'm going for with this story is that the guy, you know, it's like whoever he's around becomes successful in what they do, and so it's like almost like a YouTuber found out and is holding him hostage. But that'd be very interesting, like almost like a professional entourage person, but like who's good luck. Selling, I don't know, ice cream at the park. On days I went, he knocked it out of the park. On days I didn't go, he had record sales. On days I didn't go, he hardly sold a thing. As Blaze How did he find me? How did he find me? How did he find me? At first, I was just muscle helping carry the equipment to Of course, the videos took off. Brought me around for an indoor shoot. When he brought me around for an indoor shoot as well. And it also popped off. My fate was sealed. Now, Blaze is working on becoming a boxing champion. As long as he works hard and I'm around, he'll become one. Tommy? The sun, a shadow blocks the sun from view. I look up. Tommy? I say, standing up. Look up from my coffee cup. You must be Mr. Song. That's right. The sun in my eyes, but oh, the goy. Right? There you go, buddy. Throwing you in already. Do you ever go by Tommy, or are you just namely a Tom guy? Oh no, I'm just saying. I call you Tom. Your username's Tom. I'm just saying, like in general. Does anybody call you Tommy, or is it just like you Tom or Thomas? I guess throughout. I people. Someone call me Tommy. Tom's cool. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, sweet. Okay, let me check this out real quick. To zebra. So zebra. I just say zebra, but is there supposed to be like a is it like that, like with a T, or is it just you just added a T because whatever? I mean, it could be to zebra, I guess. Oh, okay, yeah, there are the three. I see what you're talking about now. How there's multiple books. Makes sense. Makes sense. Seb, like that. Seb, with the S sound. Seb. Oh, okay. Interesting. Is that from another language? Yes, mixing of a couple, in fact. Oh, okay. From all your world travels. Zafir, Zafrir, Ibn Ibrahim, a combination of Hebrew / Arabic with Aramaic dialect. Oh wow! Did you spend? I mean, I guess you kind of spent some time in that part of the world. What part of the world would that be? Like is that like near Jerusalem and everything? Like, where's Aramaic? Because that's what JC spoke, but I don't know if it's like I don't know the extent of the language, if that makes sense. Middle Eastern and parts of northern and northeastern / Western Africas. Oh, gotcha. I always think about how like technically Elon Musk would be like an African American since he came from South Africa, but it just seems so weird to think of that. Like, it just doesn't make it like it doesn't compute. But I mean, he's from like an Egyptian. It would, in theory, like a super light skinned Egyptian would still be African American. It's just I don't know the things I think about. This for some reason maybe continue. Blaze, Blaze, Gordon. Most migrated to Elon is African American, not uncommon at all to see what white natives route. Most in this country are not used to seeing it. There it is not. Yeah, true. Most migrated to the far southern parts of the eastern side, though you can still find white Africans elsewhere. Yeah, but it's just like like just like being here and thinking about it. You can find white Afghans with red hair all over the place as well. My buddy, okay, there's a book called Shatter the Nations. That my friend wrote, and in it, yeah, I'll put a little Amazon link. So, he was saying how one of the people he was with had red hair, and I was like, what the heck, red hair? But he was like, and then that's why I realized. Not a surprise to see red haired Chinese either. Oh, I would be surprised at that though. So that is a surprise to me. I did not know that. You can find a good blending of white Asiatics in Kyrgyzstan and other close to bordering countries. Oh, okay. Closest I've been to that area of the world is Armenia. I was in Yerevan for a wedding, but I haven't really done any other traveling. I've only been to Europe or across the ocean once, and it was to Armenia. It was like the longest flight in the world. I was like, I couldn't just go somewhere like London, for my first cross Atlantic trip. It's like, nope. Had to go to all the way up near like Azerbaijan and Jordan. People over time, most in this country are not used to it, but it's rather common abroad. Oh yeah, for sure. I wonder if we'll see an influx of people on like Twitch after they're trying to leave Twitter because they just don't want Elon to be in charge. Slash, where is it? I mean, there's just so many questions about what's gonna happen. Um, I enjoy shaking the tree is doing. It's healthy. Dust will settle as it always does. I think it'll be a good thing. Oh yeah, I agree. I was telling Parappa, he was in here earlier. I think that a big part of his kind of like free speech concept is going to be outsourcing, like pretty much giving Twitter like Twitter's license to other communities and other apps. So like if Getter or I think Rumble is I don't know enough of them, but if they want to use the same pretty much the same program and platform, they just do it under their umbrella. Like you could almost have like Google could have their own Twitter. It's like a Google, so for all the employees of Google, all on Twitter all the time, and so that can be their like almost like take the temperature of their entire organization. More curious how rapid the two opposing sides will get now that the walls being dismantled between them. Yeah, I mean, even on Twitter, Marjorie Taylor Greene's trial um has been like trending for days now because everyone just clips it, and then they'll put up their little hot take, and then yeah. Tried Google, but it became a reverse mirror of Twitter. Red on one side, frothing at the mouth, blue on the left, frothing. Others losing their bricks. Wonder if it should start a booking service. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's getting wild. And then you just like look at like Zuckerberg and just like laugh at Facebook and Instagram trying to be relevant with their whole Meta rebrand. The whole landscape is just changing. It's very interesting. Like you said, get your popcorn ready. Oh, buddy boy. I was just telling Parappa, I was like, you know who needs to get in here? You know who needs to get in here? Fucking G Hudson Drakes. Oh yeah, dude, we're just sitting here writing, doing our thing, right? You're writing your logbook, your books, I'm writing my books. Some writing prompts right now, but this guy, Master GQ. And now I come to think, how much? Do you guys ever make like little challenges for yourself, like when you're writing? Like for example, I try and not use any adverbs or okay, any explicit adverbs. Like he's running quickly. I'll say like he's running like he's being chased by dogs. Okay, so that's one challenge I always try and do is like no ly. And then I try and like for one of my books, even the entire book, I tried to write it without using the word that, that. And so it's just like it keeps you like super aware of what's going on. Now, if you struggle with like getting your words out in the first place, you might not want to limit um, how to like what your output is going to be. But if you can crank through words pretty regularly, um, it is kind of fun to just be like, oh, I wonder if I can write without using this or without using that or so. Um, yeah, I tried to do it without using the word said. So SAID, like he said or she said. So I'd be like, he replied or he thought and said out loud, or he, um, I forget what else. But then, okay, so I did it, but then my editor was like, what the fuck is this? He was like, he's like, yeah, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. And I was like, okay. He's like, you see all the saids, but readers don't. And I was like, oh, that's a good point. And so that's why it was just like I stopped. I didn't do that one anymore, but I still do the ly and then that. Because then when you get rid of something like a that, the word, then you start working with like different what's it called? What the fuck? What's a period, a comma, an em dash, a semicolon? They're all punctu. Oh, you start playing around with different punctuation. I wrote one college paper with the use of articles and the following 5-page essay in trochaic pentameter. I got an A on both with a note not to do that again. Right, the use of articles a and the. Oh man, that is a spicy one. See, and like that's why I like doing these writing prompts because you can do one, like this is like 1,000 words or something. It's like I can crank out 1,000 words, and like it's almost like an experiment. Like, what's the lab look like when you don't? What's a story look like when you don't have the? Or what's a story look like if you don't use like the word, like just the letter A? But that would be a hard one. I should try that. Make that like the thing, like writing without the word or like without a single letter. I wonder if I could do that. Like you can't use D. Okay. And so you go through any word with D has to change. Or you try and do it without doing it, or you try and write it without actually cranking it out. But yeah, that'd be interesting. And now I've come to the stigma. How does he know? How does it matter if I'm in your corner? I say with suspicion. One thing I do want to try on one of these writing prompts is writing in the second person. Tom, I think it was you who was saying how they were reading a book in the second person. That shit would be so spicy. There was a book. What was it? Hold on, I have to look this real quick. Modern book in the second person. Yeah, you can also write without using a specific letter of the alphabet. Lipogram is fun and annoys the heck out of English national professors. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just like throw in some little like experiment like that, and just like just see how you do. Oh, you know what I think it was? There's a book called The Fifth Element, and that has alternating chapters. One with you, and some with I think there's like alternating between the third person and the second person. Second person was Tom. Do you remember what book it was? Offhand? Hmm. Yeah. Open water. I thought you were gonna leave me on just yeah, Tom. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna be like, what the hell? Oh yeah. I remember that one now. It's like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you? It's like leans. See, like conspiratorially, I would be tequila versus mezcal, the agave wars. Is that a book? With zebra? A fucking man. A fucking man. My buddy's actually starting a mezcal company, and I was like, dang man, I wish I drank so that way I could take advantage of the wholesaler discounts. Oh yeah, dude, it's like the tequila mezcal thing is funny because it's almost like the champagne thing. Because it's like if it's not some from one specific region, it's not technically tequila, and so then it's like turns into mezcal, and then it's just like, oh, that's smoky deliciousness. Being whimsical, looking at a bottle. Okay, the only things I have around me are like I have like a lot of I have like a fidget spinner and shit that I use a lot when I'm sitting here bored. Not okay, not really bored. But I'm like spacing out. I'm just like staring. I like stare at the ceiling and just fucking dick around with this thing. El Presidente. Okay, okay. My jam was there's a brand called Espolon. Espolon. It has like almost like a Day of the Dead logo. That was my jam. Amazing. El Scorpion is good. Love people freaking out that there's an actual scorpion. I have a bottle in the cabinet. We had in college there was a liquor that we had that was that had a scorpion, it had a worm, and it had a centipede or something like that. That shit burned like hell. It's something people sell. Tried not drugs though, like legally. Like if you're gonna start a business, like a little like at home type of guy, what would you? What's that like a thing? T-shirts, shoes. No, I could say shoes. Me and my buddies were just talking about reselling Jordans earlier. I guess not just Jordan sneakers, but shout out to Halo Alpha Team. I tried reselling sneakers. It's got a whiff of coconut. Like a coconut candle or something. Maybe my neighbor's burning one? Have any of you guys seen the show We Crashed? Writing about like this kind of like business character. It reminds me of that show. It's about WeWork, but it has Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway are the stars. It's actually really, really, really entertaining, and so it just shows how ridiculous that kind of like startup culture is. Um, but even seeing Jared Leto's character Adam Newman playing Adam Newman, you're just like, even if a small portion of this is even kind of true, it's it's ridiculous, like just absolutely ridiculous. If even it's a kind of close. Oh, dude, Miranda Priestley is like a all-time goat for me. Favorite films: Devil Wears Prada, and you do you like Mean Girls? Those are two of my like my big ones that I like. No, We Crash is good. You guys should check it out. Like it's very interesting, and just shows it gives you like a little bit of a dose of what that kind of like blitz scaling startup culture is, because all they care about is growth. And so like dude signing like millions and millions of dollars on like commercial leases and just just extending his money and his firm so far over. They're just so far ahead of their skis. It's not. It's like ridiculous. And then, I mean, I guess in the very last episode, it's all going to come crashing down. But I haven't seen that yet. Oh, Hudson, thanks for the tweet, man. I appreciate that. Can watch us argue about whether Elon taking over Twitter is good or not. Except he's at a bit of a disadvantage because I can talk and he just has to type. Shogun was a good miniseries. What was that? Let me look it up. I'm always looking for a good miniseries. I can't like the long shows are like tough for me because I just can't sit through them. In 1980, man, you're pulling out the big stops, Zebra. Do you like watching all the I'm trying to see what it's about. Oh, it's about like oh well, samurai. That makes sense. Shogun, right? Oh wow! To date, it is the only American television production to be filmed on location entirely in Japan. Did not know that. Fun fact. Came out in 1980, and this is still the only one shot in Japan. Shot entirely in Japan. Is there a lot of action? Is it like almost like a martial arts film, but for samurai? There's actually acting in it, less action that today's works rely on. Very good storyline. Okay. I'll check out if it's streaming anywhere. There's one movie I really want to see. It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it's with an actress named Michelle Yeoh. But apparently, Jackie Chan was slated to try to be was a potential option, but it became her, and it looks really good. That and a movie called The Northman. And it's like kind of a normal revenge story. Actually looks almost like a bit Hamlet-y, but it's only because I've like the synopsis is like the uncle murdered the king, and then the son has to go for revenge. It's like what Claudius murdered whatever, and then Hamlet gets his revenge. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, that shit looks so good. Prep, I think I'd even go see that one in theaters. Cause it's like it looks just so multiversey and like it looks so wild. Legend of Tomiris? Tomiris? Is that a typo, or is that? Did you really mean? Were you saying Legend of Tomorrow? That's not a movie, is it? No, it's not. Oh yes, that's not a typo. Legend of Tomiris. Zebra, how do you know about a Kazakhstani feature film? Like, how did you even see that, or get like, how did that even come up on your radar? All right, hold on. I kind of want to watch this trailer.
All who set foot in Sandston fall in love on the spot.
So this is I'm almost positive this has got to be the very first Kazakhstani movie trailer I've ever seen in my 33 years.
Mana namuk taxmaras. Manga qaqadash va uler erdi. Yemti mana tulg'y. Agar man barsak.
Mana ertuche.
Yo, please say she just wakes up and kills all these fuckers. I'm definitely down for a revenge story.
Ayıqyor. Sana manga qiyaltish mana devr kuch.
Sana olur sonuçta boşa getirir.
Dang. Shit, sorry, I forgot to transition earlier.
Kuruş kamuh, pasirti yorunda, beniz kayın esulap kadit. Beniz kamuh, yazık tata bu kabısır gergek. Koşun hiçin, dırgıldır.
Yo, okay. This kind of does look like the plot of the Northman, though. So in the Northman, Alexander Skarsgård's character, his uncle kills his dad, and then he has to go and become like he leaves and then goes back and wins, and takes back the throne, I guess. This doesn't even look like special effects either. And Cyrus is one of the kings, Zebra? Interesting. Yo, okay, so this movie came out in 2019, I think it said. What year? October 1st, 2019. I honestly 110% would not be surprised if the dude that made the Northman saw that and copied it and just put like Vikings. Because it's essentially what it is. She had Cyrus's great head cut off and put in a bag of blood so he could soak it up because he was bloodthirsty. Holy shit, really? When the last sword is drawn towards the end of the Shogun Samurai era. When the last sword is drawn. Dude, you love these historical fiction, historical drama movies, Zebra. Remains a large part of the was it Kazakhstani? So the only reason I know about Kazakhstan is because they had the best Olympic weightlifter for like 10 years, and then he got popped. But yeah, dude, like the Northman, I don't want to put on the Northman trailer now because like it's so similar, and it's just like, come on, guys, like this is nuts. Let me see. Hold on.
Fate has no mercy.
Like even the whole, the feel obviously, because that's like the thing. Man, he's taking a real deep breath for someone with an arrow in his throat. To see, like, he goes away, and then she's the witch. I guess this is more magic. Zebra, was there magic in the other one? Or was it more like accurate for Tamiris? Dude, this is like legitimately just playing on like the God of War stuff. Yeah, dude, it's like the same shit. Anyways, let me finish this up. Enough movie trailers. But I'm telling you, I think that like the Northman is very similar, just like a little bit like more magic than Tamiris. However it is said. Tamiris. Oh, okay, Tamiris. But it looks like a good movie. I honestly didn't even know that Kazakhstan had a film industry. Like you hear about the big three are like Hollywood, Bollywood, and then Nigeria. But I guess you can make a film anywhere, right? So Makes sense. They're trying to make one on Queen Anima of Zaria. Queen Anima of Zaria. I've never heard of her. House of Muslim historical figure in the city-state Zazu, northwest region of Nigeria. Damn, Zebra, you're like a big student of history. You should check out my book that I wrote about the Catholic priest that came to the Yucatan and burned all the Mayan books. Shit, well, let's get that made into a movie, and then you can start telling everyone about that. Except there's not really any cool battles at the end. It's much more like everything's going well, and then a Catholic priest decides to torture a bunch of innocent Mayans, and then he burns their entire, like, everything he can find. Remember, I did find the Roman graves in the book. Oh, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. And the fact that you even knew they were, like, Roman and read a little bit of Latin, and it's like, you're like, oh, okay, this is what it is. Hey, Saito Architect. What's going on, man? Man, woman, girl, person. What's going on? Come on, baby, not today. Note to self: next time you go on patrol, don't trip over things. You do, don't report. Yeah, right, Zebra. You ended up having quite the extended stay. Come on, baby, not today. But yeah, and then there's another movie that's so it's like I normally don't even go to the movie theaters because well, COVID, right? But it's just also it's like it's cost so much money and you just have to sit there for a couple hours. But normally I'll just be like, all right, let's just wait till they come on streaming, or I would stream them. But it's like the Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Northman, and then there's the one what's the one about Nicolas Cage where he's I feel like it's The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. And so like this shit cracks me up because it's literally like it's like a movie about being Nick Cage, a fictionalized version of himself along with a supporting cast. But yeah, sit there for a couple hours, dude. Okay, I literally was having this conversation with one of my friends at the gym because I was like, we heard about Top Gun 2. God, how long ago now? I mean, I was hearing about Top Gun 2 pre-pandemic, and here we haven't seen Top Gun 2. Like, when is it coming out? I have no fucking idea. Top Gun 2 release date. Oh, okay, the end of next month. But still, dude. I mean, we've known about this thing forever. Oh, and we got Multiverse of Madness coming up. Hudson, why don't you go? They moved it back 5 times. Damn, I didn't know it was 5 times. Well, there was one Marvel. Oh, like Black Widow got moved back a bunch. But I mean, yeah, Top Gun 2 getting back moved 5 times, that's ridiculous. Look, yeah, exactly. One of the first articles, Top Gun Maverick, release date pushed to 2021. Man, bitch, like that shit, it's 2022 now. And it's about to be released in the middle of 2022. How? This is wild. Ah, Master GQ. I was gonna say it. The problem was I was using your name, and I was like, I'm trying to get out of the habit of using your because I know you in real life, and so I'm trying to get out of the habit of using your name on stream. Not that I'm worried about doxing you. I don't give a shit. But it's just like, yeah. I'm trying to. So Master, why don't you try going to the theaters, and you could take Michelle with you. Yeah, see, but then I just go saying and dox that. Like, yeah, see. But all this to say, it's like sitting in the movie theater is so annoying because then you just like you can't get your food, you can't like go to the bathroom and pause it. So it's just like once streaming happened and movies started coming on streaming right away, it was like, dude, it was so much better just to stay home and watch this shit at my house. Like, oh, you can be super comfortable and not leave your home and like just turn on your TV. Facts, dude. Facts. I forget about that. My one friend Steven, he's been super strict about it the whole time. And well, yeah, in Florida for sure. But Jason's older brother Steven has been super strict about like just every measure. And again, like that's good for you. If that's what you want to do, by all means, have at it. I don't make he masks everywhere. I'm fine with that. But he's like to the point of almost like being obnoxious about like even just like sitting at a table. And it's just like, dude, come on. Well, anyways, turns out we still haven't gotten it, but he has it now. And it's just like, ooh, shit. But he's all vaxxed and boosted, and so he'll be fine. Because it would be empty and was before yeah, dude. I mean, especially when I would go, like my schedule is so wide open. I can just the only thing I'm doing in the afternoon is streaming. So if I just want to go during the day, it's like the 11 a.m. showing of Top Gun 2, like done. I'm there. I'm gonna be like fucking walking out of there jazzed up, driving my car like a fighter jet. My car I know, right? I'll have to put a governor on my 2006 Subaru. No, can't go up past 65. Facts. Speaking of flights, I booked flights to Peru last week. Flight to Peru, not terrible. Leave at 8 p.m., get there at 8 a.m. It's kind of it's whatever. But the flight's back. I tried to find a flight back from Machu Picchu, so from Cusco. It's like a 22-hour driving or travel day. And it's just like how can I find one that's like, 12 to 14 hours there and 22 hours on the way back? I'm not coming back from China. I'm not coming back from fucking Kazakhstan where I'm watching The Legend of Tamiris. I'm literally just coming back from Peru. Like, how is that a thing? What kind of Subaru? It's a Legacy, 2006 Subaru Legacy. So it runs fine. It's good, solid car. My biggest claim to fame is that I always keep it clean. Nothing special. But it's always ready for dignitaries. Like my dog Kita. So never mind. Ever since I got my dog, there's been a lot more dog hair in my life. I have my lint roller on my office desk. And I'll go to pet her and I'll get like a couple hairs on I'm just like, damn it, Kita, you got me again. I would bring her over to say hi, but I think she's in the other room with my girlfriend. Yeah. Easier to fly back from China to US than Argentina. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying, Zebra. It's like literally like finding a flight from Peru. It was like, okay, you got to go Cusco to Lima, and then it was a 10-hour layover in Lima. And I'm not super worried about like I'm a grown man. Like if I bring my computer, bring my Switch or whatever, I'll just dick around. But like that just feels ridiculous. It just seems like this whole like it's too much. 10 hours, a 10-hour layover. So I'm like looking into maybe staying in Lima for one night and then coming home the next day or something like that, but we'll see. Book a trip to a southern state and take a sleeper coach train back north. Yeah, see, exactly. That's what I need to look into. So I got the flights to Machu Picchu. So and like it's leave 8 at night, arrive in Lima at like 5 in the morning, go to Cusco, be there by like 9, and then chill that day in Cusco, and then there's a 4-hour train ride from Cusco to Machu Picchu. So that's all taken care of, and then I'm back in Cusco. I just need to get back from Cusco to DC. Is it turbo H6 or not? I don't know. And okay, let's put it this way. I know it's not a turbo, and I don't know what an H6 is. H6 Subaru. I'm looking it up right now. I'll tell you. No, I think it's probably just the base model. If the H6 is something better, then it's probably not that. Sorry, I don't know much about cars. Talk about general history, books. Got you. Soccer. Me and Master GQ will get on here and talk about Manchester United till our fucking faces turn blue. Cars, I don't really know any. I'd say, oh, does it drive? And I mean, I kind of get screwed on mechanics, right? I know that. I'm just like, yeah, dude, just do what you need to do, and I'll come pick it up later. But yeah. All right, let me try and finish this short story. I'm almost done. I'm rounding the corner. Again, come on, baby. No. Oh yeah, dude. Premier League. Ooh, shit. We'll talk about that all day. I was at a bar and I like with a couple kind of like it was like friends that I knew, but then there's a bunch of people I didn't know that there for them as well. And I just ended up talking about soccer the whole time. I was like, good thing sports. Nice thing about cars that they don't abuse people. Hey fucking men. Hey fucking men. Team Brightside over here. Humans. So, architect, I have a question for you on that humans note. If you could participate / get implanted with the Neuralink, Elon's Neuralink, would you do it? Oh, yeah, anyone here too, would you do it? I would do it in a heartbeat. So for example, I actually can't stand Siri, I can't stand Amazon Alexa, all these things, because I cannot stand the fact that I have to actually speak the words. Like, why couldn't I just think it and then have it take the action? Architect, you wouldn't? Oh shit, you and Master GQ are on the same page. He has no idea what he's doing. Master, you hear that? See, I'm not okay. I'm not like, I think Elon has like I think he's over his skis big time, but I also think he's smart as fuck. So it's like, all right, well. So, architect, are you a mechanic? Do you work on cars? Do you keep your car kind of up to snuff, as it were? Elon does try to find undeveloped technology fields or empty markets, then YOLOs it and hopes it will become profitable someday. Yes, I can agree. Well, it's like some say he finds underdeveloped and empty markets and YOLOs it. Some say he sees an opportunity and develops it himself. You know. But I definitely understand the criticism. Like with this Twitter nonsense, it's like I think he is so far removed from his expertise. I don't hate it. I'm just like, all right, dude, do your thing. If they couldn't make money, well, someone let's put it this way: if they were better operators, it would have been worth more than he could afford, right? Like Elon can't buy Google, Elon can't buy Facebook, so it's like, all right. Some say, no, man, you can. Okay, you cannot. You have to admit that he's at least smart as fuck. We're not gonna say genius, right? Just he like. I feel like that's kind of like, dude, he's just smart as fuck. He just makes some questionable decisions. I grew up in an era and place without technologies. Elon grew up with when technologies fail, as they always do. Do I want his chip in my head? I mean, that's a good point. He's an amazing baron of the tech space. Baron, techno king himself. No, actually, Zebra, there was what is it? Mansion came out and said that he was against something, but his logic was that he remembers running out of gas in the 70s. And I was like, and as much as that, regardless, I'm not trying to get political, nothing of that, but I understand that view. Let's just put it that way. I get that. Like, it's like, if that is your framing, if that is where you came from, I can understand why that might be a concern for you. He is very smart at getting their IP and getting that fucking money, getting those valuations. He has a foobar brain. And doesn't like Emperor says foobar brain seems plausible that some type of future machine will alleviate his issues. Money can't buy happiness and cannot engineer it either. I can see that. I mean, I can see that, but it's also he's at least he's trying. He is trying. So you are right in that regard. He thinks some type of futuristic machine will alleviate the issues. So he's going for it. Printer go burr. Fucking just the fucking stacks of money on the cash machine. And then I was also thinking, because literally I'm seeing a tweet by Elizabeth Warren pop up. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, will the what is it, the SEC or who is it, the FTC that investigates these acquisitions? So I'm just curious if they'll even let it go through. Like, I remember they were talking about like Amazon buying MGM is like, oh no, antitrust. But it's like, compared to Elon buying Twitter, that looks like fucking joke. Yeah, federal trade. That's what I thought. But there's like also the very real thing that they step in, they're waiting for their chance to dig their teeth into something. So I thought it was gonna be Amazon first, but maybe it's her. Maybe it's Elon and Twitter. Who knows? Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Schopenhauer. Architect, are you arguing for Elon or against Elon? Oh, Elon didn't even start Tesla. That's what Master keeps saying. He says he's an IP thief. End of the day, feudalism has returned. We just gotta get, dude. What do you? I've been on that game, Master. Like I was like, Amazon, please let me sell my products on your website. I got a bunch of books and a lot of ideas, buddy. Let me just sell them on here. I'll take fucking a knighthood in King Bezos's kingdom. They could if it can be a monopoly, which it can't because they're getters Facebook, but they will still try to stick their thing in it. Oh, true, Zebra. That's right. I didn't even think about that because it won't be a monopoly, right? He's just taking it private. It's like just a fucking acquisition out of left field, I guess. They could if it could be one. Some say he's a genius at colonization. Ooh, I see what you did there. Architect, why are you going to Peru? I'm going to Machu Picchu. So I have a book that's coming out June 1st about it's called Jesus Chen and the Return of Mayan Magic, and so it's about it's a modern like a modern Harry Potter, but it's indigenous magic. So there's like Chichen Itza's involved, and then he has to go to Madrid, Paris, Dresden, and Mexico City to collect the 4 Mayan codices, bring them back to Chichen Itza, and then that unleashes Mayan magic for the world. And then I'm doing the sequel is he goes and helps bring back Inca. And if some ayahuasca happens to be on the agenda while I'm there, well, it's when in Rome, right? When in Cusco, I think as the saying goes. Speaking of colonization, oh yeah, where they burn books on exactly King Bezos' website as we speak, dude. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a panel underneath of my Twitch stream. So if you scroll down, you'll see the panels. I'm going to put a panel with just the giant book cover, and then just like a clickable link that goes to the page. That way I can be like, I can talk about it in stream and be like, hey guys, I have a book. If you scroll down and see this badass fucking cover, you can go check it out on Amazon. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, the link's in chat if you want to go buy if you want to go check out my newest, well, not my newest book. I lied. I have 2 more books since then. I want to check out my best-selling book. Yeah, dude, I think so, because it's such a distinctive cover. Like I had actually some people hit me up on Twitter and they were like, "Hey, can we buy posters and everything?" I was like, "Well, I'm flattered, but thank you." And I don't have any for sale, so I'm probably actually gonna end up just sending them the master, not the master, but like the actual full size image. And if they want to go to Kinko's or whatever, print it out. I know, dude, I forget. Because the thing is, I always talk about this one on TikTok. So this is the one on TikTok. I talk about this shit every fucking day on TikTok. And this is one that sells on TikTok. And so it's like, I just forget that this is like my best reviewed, my best selling, but it's just not my newest. My newest ones are cyberpunk. They're like dystopian cyberpunk android shootouts. Parappa, that's why we're buddies. I'm about to set that up tomorrow. I'll have this like, yeah, 15 minutes. I'll see if, I read about their human sacrifice. I was trying to see if due to isolation that the early Americans were good compared to ancient Europeans, Africans. Turns out it's just as foobar, but that makes sense since the Americans were immigrated to after the extinction war with the Neanderthals. Looks are fire. Exactly. Well, so yeah, so there's they did have a lot of human sacrifices, but they believed that by sacrificing their life, they were giving it to the land, and so the land would be more prosperous for their people. So it was not seen as like it was like they volunteered for it, like they wanted it. And again, it's, I mean, now it's like looked back and we're like, how could they be so stupid, right? Like I get that, but it's just, this is also, you know, hundreds of years into the future, plus with like Christian worldviews like rampant throughout the Western world. So it's just like, that's the only thing about the human sacrifice bit. But yeah, no, they definitely did. It was like not like, it's not like I'm like a sacrifice denier. Like it was definitely a thing. But they thought it was a great honor. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like this like haha, like it was like a great honor to help out. It was almost like if they had figured out like to how to spread the fertilizer and they had a bag of fertilizer, it'd be the great honor to spread the fertilizer on the land. It was the same kind of logic of like, yeah, sure, I can help and I will help out as much, I'll help the community as much as I can in this way. And so yeah, it was a lot of research actually, but it was the book turned out great. I really love how it turned out, and I was able to tie it all together at the end. So yeah, if you guys want to check those out, definitely like the covers. Even if you don't want to read it, the covers look good. Covers look good in the house on the bookshelf. Very impressive, and a conversation starter. Be like, yeah, my buddy, I talk to him on Twitch all the fucking time, and he actually wrote this, and then be like, yep, that was me. Oh yeah, especially the cyberpunk ones are definitely fun reads. Um, like I'm not trying to like make a fucking statement on the world's morals. Like I'm just like, yo, let's just have fun in a dystopian future where where androids and humans are indistinguishable from each other. All right, let me go to Grammarly. I need to get my affiliate code set up. Makes you think of the nurse that killed 60 newborns after call. She said she was just trying to convince the hospital to open a pediatric ICU. Please take the irrational explanation. Choke on it, man. Dude, yeah, that's kind of fucked. That was, I mean, it sounds like it's pretty recent. Like the last couple decades, it's if I had to guess. Just trying to fertilize the earth. I mean, yeah, now we know it's bullshit, but it was like back then. And again, like it's like, and I'm all for education, but the problem was like the what my story centers on is how he pretty much the priest tortured them and destroyed all of pretty much all the culture that he could find of theirs. And so then it was just like, education is one thing, but harm is where I'm just like, okay, well that's unnecessary. And it wasn't just kind of harmful either. It was like a lot. But yeah, I mean, we know it's bullshit now, but they didn't know. It's like it's literally just like, I mean, there's actually a papal bull that came out in I want to say 1258 that that said pretty much because the indigenous populations didn't know any better, that they were to be treated like innocent children, and it's very condescending. But on the flip side, if they were innocent, truly innocent, then there was no reason for the priest to take such drastic action. Architect, did you say you worked on cars? Is that why you know so much about them? No, I'm an autodidact. Okay, cool. So you learned about cars, you just don't work on them? You taught yourself, I should say. You taught yourself about cars. I know Subaru's inside out though. Average mechanics are scared of suits because they're weird. I think they're neat. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that they were weird. Learn something new every day. Whoops. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. The horizontally opposed engine is weird. Dude, but it sounds interesting. I mean, it sounds very like neat. I think as you said it, like it just sounds pretty cool. If it's even weird, if it's different, it's like worth knowing about. Oh, it's Porsche? Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The horizontally opposed. Architect, do you normally chill on just chatting? Are you normally on? Are you interested in writing, gaming? What brought you by today? Writing tag. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so I'm like this is just a so I write through the I'm doing a Reddit writing post right now, or sorry, writing prompt from Reddit. Like it's r/writing prompts. So I knock those out, and then like I said, I'm gonna start my sequel, the sequel to the book when I get back from Peru. But I just have a few weeks of no writing projects. Oh, thanks, Tom. You write to Saito? Oh, you write two. You write two. I should be writing. What kind of stuff do you write, buddy? Watching a regular stream is close enough. Yeah, buddy, you're getting inspiration. You're seeing how other people work the process. I feel you. Are you a fiction or nonfiction writer? Nonfiction, nice. I wrote one nonfiction book. It's about exercising. So I was a coach for a head coach for 7 years before the pandemic. And so I worked with enough clients where I have like a good basis for pre and post bariatric surgery. And so I wrote a book specifically about that very small topic. And I was going to see if I could get some bariatric clients, but then it just didn't happen. So now we're here. No, I just like now everything's just fiction on my books. Do you have a specific area, architect? Is it maybe cars? The benefits of a Subaru engine when compared to a Porsche engine, perhaps? Saito architecture. Well, that seems right on the nose for you, my friend. I took a tissue engineering class in college, but that's the extent of my knowledge about that. All right, quick thousand. Where was this one? You realize I remember having. Yeah, here we go. Put it on Reddit and comment. Coop. All right, let's see how many. Any guesses on how much karma I get for that? So as a barometer, my best karma is 55 and my worst is 7. Or I guess my best karma earned from a post is 55 and my worst is 7. Ooh, architect, you've got my interest, buddy. What about the other pandemic that's way bigger than COVID, way older, and nobody talks about it because nobody knows about it? Ooh, that should be your tagline right there. You've figured out the back of your book. Does anyone have any guesses before architect gets it? Tom's writing erotic romance. Nice, nice. What, Tom? You've said, what else is? It's not like what is your book about again, Tom? I forget. Because I know you have the blog. I'm trying to remember the book though. Oh well, I forget. I wonder how many. Oh my goodness. All people tweet about today is Elon. Well, I mean, I guess it's important, right? Some dude was like literally shaking. Our forefathers did not board the Mayflower in 1776 to have some South African billionaire tell us what to think. A romance about a guy who makes friends with a robot. Oh yes, that's yeah, okay. So it's like yeah. I thought it was robots and stuff, but it's just a whole different twist. Dude, that's not a bad idea. I've literally looked into writing romance before because it's the people that read romance, they read so many books. Like they read every fucking day, man. Back of the book is gonna be like, if this isn't the best shit you ever read in your life, do not share it with your friends. And if your friends share it with you, it's because it's the best shit they ever read in their life. There you go. But okay, but what's the other pandemic? The erotic romance was a joke. Dude, okay, Tom, I can't tell sarcasm on like with text. But even if it was erotic romance, buddy, it's a big genre with a lot of. Actually, that's a good point. It's a good point. That's a good point. Different senses of humor. Different senses of humor. It's the growing pains, Tom. It's the growing pains. You're just getting to know each other, buddy. It's fine. It's fine. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, ooh. Well, it's like, dude, but it's also hard on like, it's like texting sarcasm. Like, no one understands texted sarcasm. Okay, architect. Question though. What is the pandemic? You got me hooked. Everyone in chat, all 5 of us are literally on the edge of our seats wondering what is the other pandemic that's way bigger than COVID and way older and nobody talks about it because nobody knows about it. I have to know. I'm on the edge of my seat. Look. It has 200 plus different names. The bubonic plague? Yeah, 200 plus different names. Dude, if you say some shit like God or religion, I'm going to be like, fuck yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm like dying over here. Actually curious, AIDS. 200 different names. Like transmission versus gearbox. What's the difference? Between God and religion? Or between your pandemic and COVID? Dude, it sounds like you've hit on a $1 million idea though, because you got us hooked. Intrigued, so they say. Tom's even whipping out English sarcasm. Multi-billion. Multi-billion what? I'm so interested right now. Dude, so Tom, you said something about ASMR, and I was like looking at ASMR. I shit you not. I go in there, and they can imagine my mic is like a different height right here. This chick has her whole mouth around the fucking mic, and she's like, and like that people paying for her to like lick the fucking. I was like, dude, I can't be here. This shit's too fucking weird. Has Saito got a? That's what we're trying to figure out. He's playing coy. Yeah, the ASMR chick. See, and now I'm wondering, shit, was Tom being sarcastic again, and my American ass is not picking up on it again? Dude, you got me all self-conscious. Oh shit, the shit with synthetic ears. What, like in the ASMR? Parappa? Architect, tell me what it is. I'm not gonna steal your idea, I promise. I promise. Yeah, dude. It's just like some of the chicks are bad though. I was like clicking through their bios. It's like I was like, oh, top 1%. I can see why, my friend. But then it's just like, you should do some ear. Nah, dude. That's the after hours Twitch. Like I said, it's 200 different names. Some old ones include neurosis, hysteria. Is it like something like the simulation? How we're all living in a simulation? Consciousness. I can dig it. Hudson, Chiellini, Juventus's center back, is probably going to come to the MLS. Can Elon Musk buy and destroy Fox News instead? I like that. Yeah, dude, Chiellini's about to go to MLS. I mean, I don't watch the MLS. I'm not going to watch the MLS, but still, it's interesting. No, not yet. He said that they said that his last game is going to be a friendly against Argentina, I think, or maybe a friendly against someone else in Argentina, something like that. But he's not gonna play for the Italian team anymore, and then he's going to play in MLS instead. Have you been to a DC United? Yeah, I went to the first, or one of the first DC United games at Audi Field. But back before I even lived in DC, when I was still living in Montgomery County, we took my dad for his birthday. And so it was like me, Adam, Luke. No, Luke, I don't know if Lucas was there. And I remember because Adam married my youngest brother's friend's sister. So it's kind of, we're all friends. Let's put it this way, we're all friends. Anyways, it was funny because there was a big fight. Everyone got in a fight over there. Like Jason and Jason's dad. And it was like, what the fuck, man? And like, you know, like I'm not small, and then so I was just like trying to separate it, but then they're just going at it, and I was like, man, y'all fucking wild. Yeah, dude, it was nice as shit. The field was super, super nice. I definitely enjoy. I can see it's like definitely worth playing there. And then my buddy has season tickets, so every so often he'll offer them to me. But I just some of the games are so fucking long and stuff. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. It's the time thing, guys. You know this about me. Time is not my friend. I learned half of what I know from a master certified Subaru tech that was Cuban. I think they're the best mechanics in the world. Well, I mean, they have to keep those old ass cars running forever. Tag, I didn't realize you were such a Subaru guy. Something called me to say I have a Subaru today. I never said I have a Subaru. I didn't think it mattered. But something in me, just for you, architect, I was like, you know what? I gotta mention my legacy back there, sitting back in the house untouched today. But my first. Oh really? Well, there you go. You got your first. That's why you're so into them. My first car was an old. My first car was an Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile Cutlass Calais, 1985. Zebra, you still in here? What was your first car? The Fred Flintstone one? Ah, shit. 2000 Legacy. Oh man, you know like that for like that what it is. Cool. Dang man, Zebra. Too bad Zebra's not in here to hear that epic dig. I'll have to tell him about it. I'll have to replay it later for him. But hey guys, architect follow 76 Pontiac with a 400 small block 4-barrel. Oh, so you do know. Did you hear my good zinger about Fred Flintstone cars? Sorry, I couldn't help it, buddy. I couldn't help it. It's only because we're such good friends. But guys, hey, I'm gonna take a quick break. I have to go feed my dog. She's getting hungry, and then I will be back, and I'm gonna be playing Destiny. So stick around, architect. Follow so you know when I'm on. And hopefully you can stop by again later.